What's up again, beautiful people? Yeah, I just came from a meditation. I told y'all I was gonna meditate, but honestly, I didn't meditate for that long because while I was meditating, I felt the need to do another video. When I say I felt, it was like a strong intuition to do another video to talk about um, spiritual gifts and spiritual talents, what people call Knacks, right? Birth Knacks, spiritual gifts, spiritual talents, and all these stuffs. All this stuff. Um, Spiritual talents can be many things. Among the most popular ones, we got clairvoyance, premonition. Clairvoyance is the ability to see things that others or most of other people do not see. I'm not gonna say cannot see, they can, but due to lack of practice or just plain ignorance or being unconscious of these abilities, they just, subconsciously block all these abilities. We got clairvoyance, we got premonition. Premonition is some type of clairvoyance, but is more expanded, if I may, because premonition is not constricted or limited by only visuals, because when you are clairvoyant you see things, but when you are someone that is let's say gifted with premonition, you not only see things, you feel it, you hear it, you smell it. Whatever you are picking on, whatever you are catching in that premonition, you live it, you literally live it. People that have clairvoyance also might have those moments in flashes. It's like they rapidly leave a moment that is a flash in their mind. In the physical, it appears as a flash, because in the other dimension the moment is still present, but because in between dimensions, time is just like this. In between dimensions, it changes so quickly. It changes so quickly, it dances. In the physical dimension, time is kind of slow compared to how time works in other dimensions that are higher. And clear audience is you hear stuff. You can hear other people's. You can hear, like, it's both. It can get both physical and mental, which means you can hear what other people are talking about, or what other people are saying, like from afar, or when it's mental, you can hear people's thoughts and stuff like this. This is also, I would say, an advanced clairaudience is what we call a receptive telepathy, which means you can receive other people's thoughts, like you can hear other people's thoughts. This is advanced clairaudience. You have clairsentience. You can smell stuff. You smell spirits. You smell energies. You smell stuff. You got psychometry. Yeah. Psychometry is not really popular, in spirituality or mainstream parapsychology or mainstream paranormal. It's not really popular like that, because any domain, any mainstream part of a domain do not any mainstream part of a domain doesn't really contain much substance about that domain. So it's only logical that people do not really talk about these things openly. We got psychometry, which is the ability to. I believe the music is too loud. That's what I'm comfortable with it like this. Yeah, let's keep it like that. Psychometry is the ability to touch something and to pick up the energies of that stuff. Meaning, you pick up an envelope, right? If there is a letter inside, written by someone to someone else, you can just touch the letter. Or for the advanced psychometry practitioners or psychometric masters, they don't even need to touch the envelope in that context. They just need to, like, let's say, sweep their hands like above the envelope or just close to it in order for them to pick on the energies, because everything is really connected in this universe. It's beautiful. We got telekinesis or psychokinesis, the ability to move objects with your mind. This is really popular. You see it in a lot of movies. Psychometry, you can see it in movies and TV series too, but those TV series are old. I'm not gonna say ancient, but these are old TV series. I have some of them in mind, but I don't really remember their names properly. Yeah. We have the ability to tap into the Akashic records. This is one of the most advanced gifts. For me, they're not gifts. You know why? This is the second part of the video. What we call spiritual gifts or talents, for me, are not, according to me, they are not gifts. They are things that the practitioner or the master or the doer just has either inherited, rightfully inherited from his bloodlines, from his family, or as mastered through lifetimes. Because let me tell you something, nature or the universe doesn't give gifts or present just to give gifts or present. It doesn't work like that. There is a parable in the Bible, the parable of the gifts, right? I don't know if I'm calling it the right way, but it is about God. It is about maybe a king or a master giving his servants some gifts, right? Some stuff. And you see, like, I've been reading so many stuff, like I don't really remember stuff like accurately, especially like from the Quran or from the Bible or the Bhagavad Gita or any like religious books or texts, like. But you remember this parable, you know it better than me if you're a Christian. It's about a king or a master giving his servants crops or maybe money. I don't really remember, but it's about giving them stuff that they should reproduce. And one of them goes on and reproduce, like it turns 1 into 10, and the second one turns 1 into 5, and the third one come back with just 1, like with the same thing. I don't know if I'm correct or not, but it's the same, like the same story, the same stuff, the same example, the same illustration. And the universe or reality works the same way. It gives every soul, every spirit, every signal of it the same amount of energy. Each one of us is a signal from the source. This is why we are source ourselves. And the more aware you are of this, the more energies you will be able to incorporate, and with the incorporation of these energies come necessarily or logically or naturally or subsequently or respectively the abilities that people call spiritual gifts or talents. This is why when you do something so much, it becomes, they call you a genius of it. I watched the documentary a long time ago. I don't even remember from which year I watched it. But it was about a woman becoming the champion of chess. And she did not become the champion of chess because she had a talent, an innate talent for chess. No, her father played chess with her whole childhood, and because she kept playing, her brain, this is what we call new neuronal plasticity. This is the brain's ability to restructure or rebrand. All right, this is a popular word nowadays. Rebrand yourself, right? Recreate its inner structure, its the way, the inner workings, like it reinvents its own inner workings in order to provide the subject or the host or the spirit the ability to communicate on a higher level with the other player. When I say communicate, it knows, she knows what the other players are going to, the next moves of the other players, and she has mastered it so much so that she reached a point where she could predict your moves like 10, 20 steps ahead. This is a true genius, right? And there is another proverb. I don't know where it came from or where it comes from, but I've heard it. I've seen it many times on my Facebook feed. It is the difference between the master and the student is the master has tried way more times than the master has failed way more times than the student is even willing to try. Let me repeat that. The master has failed way more times than the student is even willing to try. The master is not afraid of failing. He knows the way to success is failure. So he just enjoys failing. At one point, he was frustrated. It was stressed. It was angry. It was like I don't know. It was just down with failure. When I say down, it was frustrated. He was stressed about it. But the more he failed, the more he became comfortable, and he reached a point where it was just down with failure. When I say down, it was okay with failure. And this is what gave birth to the proverb or the citation, right? The master has failed way more times than the student is even willing to try. This is the big difference between the student and the master. The students, they don't want to try. They don't want to try that many times. But the master, not only that he has tried that many times, but he has failed those many times, and he has not given up. And this is what has made him, or has made her, a master. It's beautiful. So for all the people in the conscious community or the spiritual communities, because it's many communities out there, it's not really true that somebody's born with a spiritual gift. According to me, according to my humble opinion, according to my own experience, the people that you say are born with certain gifts, those people, those souls, those spirits, they are like this because they have worked their asses off lifetimes after lifetimes, incarnations after incarnations, in order to master themselves. And by mastering themselves, they have awakened those abilities, because those abilities are available for everyone. But the naked truth is, not everyone is willing to work for these abilities, because these abilities, you know what they are? They are freeing, and anything that is freeing is dangerous, and people are afraid of danger. They don't want to feel that free. It's too much for them. They're like, no, like, if I am going to be like this, then what about my old life? What about my old self? What about my family? What about my society? What about my nationality? Attachments. What about my country? What about who I thought I was? What about who I think I am now? Attachments. But the master has killed or has eliminated, has exterminated all these attachments by starving the part of himself that is addicted to those attachments. He has starved, or she has starved all those attachments, and by starving them, he or she has fed the true self. And by feeding the true self has liberated him or her. And by being liberated, by being free, he or she has become aware of all these abilities that he or she has always possessed, but they were latent, they were dormant. And you know the beauty of life? You know the purpose of life? The purpose of life is to awake yourself gradually. Because you see, awakening is not a destination. It's not a destination. The awakening process, some people have been on this path for 10 years and they are still awakening. They are still going through the awakening process because it's layered. It's infinitely layered. We're always going to awake. We're always awakening. We're always going to be in that process. It's gradual because you know why? The source itself is always expanding, baby. The cosmos is never tired of expanding, baby. The universe, the galaxies, they're always expanding, baby. So we're always going through the process of awakening. We're never going to get tired of it. I mean, some are going to get tired of it, but I'm not. I am never going to get tired of expanding myself, of awakening to new levels, to new layers. Why would I be tired? The cosmos is not tired of being infinite. Why would I be tired of expanding my consciousness? Why would I be tired of acknowledging my authenticity? Why would I be tired of becoming more and more powerful, more and more invincible, more and more unstoppable? Why would I be tired of being like this? Why? Infinitely flowing, infinitely glowing, infinitely powerful. And this is the divine curse. It's a blessing and a curse. The universe has cursed all its creation to never be satisfied with your current state of being. Listen, I'm grateful for my current state of being. I'm grateful for being that confident. I'm grateful for being that glowing. I'm grateful for being that goddamn, for being that beautiful, that handsome. I'm grateful, but at the same time, I'm still not satisfied, yo. Because the universe, however grateful it is for being itself, it's not satisfied with itself because it's still expanding. Intelligence is never satisfied because it's always looking for more ways to expand itself, to become more intelligent. Consciousness is never satisfied. So, there is a big difference between someone that has worked his ass off, or that has worked or has off lifetimes after lifetimes. I'm gonna repeat this: lifetimes after lifetimes. I'm not talking about year after year. I'm not talking about months after months. I'm not talking about one or two lifetimes. I'm talking about lifetimes after lifetimes. Some have been doing it for thousands of years. When I say thousands, I'm not talking about you were born in 1804, you lived for 95 years, you died, and then you reincarnated in, let's say, 2305. That's like 500 years, right, of distance chronologically. And then after being born in 2305, alright, you go back, because reincarnation is not like linear. It's not about going forward chronologically. Because once you get outside of this physical reality, you realize time is not even linear. You know, you can choose to go back, to reincarnate back in time. And I say back in time only for the sake of understanding. Because when you are like in those dimensions up there, and I say up there just for the sake of understanding again, because it's not really up, it's not really down, it's just somewhere. When you are in those higher dimensions, you choose which chronology, you choose like whatever chronology you want. If you feel comfortable to reincarnate in 1506, because the energies that you want to master, the global society that would allow you to master these energies is only existent in 1506, then by all means, it's only logical you are going to reincarnate in 1506, baby. Not for punishment. I'm not talking about people that, listen, when I'm talking about these like reincarnating in 1506 or in 203, in 2003 for 305 or 3603, I'm not talking about souls that are like toddlers that don't really know like how to pick energies, that don't really know when they're dealing with some like advanced souls. I'm not talking about those people, because you see earth is so big of a school, and she is so big of a school, and she is so compassionate that she allows even real beginners, like real babies, spiritual babies, y'all, to incarnate here, while also allowing spiritual giants to interact with those babies and still have fun. Not every school, not every planet's allowed that. Some planets, they only accept advanced souls. Some other planets, they only accept spiritual babies. Some other planets, they only accept toddlers. Some other planets, they only accept young adults. I'm talking spiritually here. But Earth, oh baby, Earth, she's unique. This is why she is going through so much right now. This is why so many like races, when I'm talking about races, not only Earth races, but also also human races outside of Earth. This is why it is so much interesting. This is why, when I say it, I'm talking about the planet she. This is why she is so beautiful. I usually say it's a ghetto, but when I say it's a ghetto, I'm talking about what humanity has made her to be. But in reality, she is a true paradise. She is paradise. And nothing, the cosmos will not allow the destructive energies to destroy that planet. It will not happen. Trust me. I bet you did. Listen, I'm cooking something. I'm gonna see if it's not already messed up because I mean it's not messed up. I can still go on with that video. Yeah, baby. The spiritual talents, the people you see that have spiritual talents, the true authentic ones, they did not steal those talents. They did not steal those abilities. They worked their ass off for that. And anybody that think they are, I don't know, arrogant enough to come and steal those abilities, you know what the universe says? They have the same reaction that I have now. It's like, shit. This is what the universe says. When they see someone, a baby, some babies or some teens, some toddlers. It's just like in the movies, y'all. Just like in the movies. A baby sees someone, or a person walking around with some crazy shoes, or eating some candies that they really crave, but those candies will give them diarrhea if they eat them, because they do not have the correct or the accurate organism to digest those candies without being fucked up. But the people they see eating those candies, they're like, oh, we're gonna come to his house, sneak in, and steal those candies, because those candies, we crave them. Those candies give them the abilities it has, right? So we're gonna steal the candies. Oh, really? Tell me about it. Tell the universe about it. So let's get back to these abilities and the talents. When you know that nature, or the universe, or the cosmos, or the multiverse, or the quantum field, any name you want to put in it, I don't give a damn, really. But when you know that nature doesn't do like giveaways like this, like, okay, giveaway, like, right, I'm doing a giveaway, okay, I give you 2 talents, I give you 3 talents, I give you 2, nah, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. And when I say it doesn't work like that, it's not that nature doesn't give. The essence of nature is giving. Like, nature is giving by nature, by essence. In essence, nature is giving, naturally. The universe is giving. But giving what exactly? If it gives you, if the universe gives you, if the universe gives you, let's say 3 talents to come on, let's say on a planet, I'm not gonna say Earth necessarily, but you go on a planet with the ability to, let's say, the ability to warn people, the ability to give great advices, and you spend your life there, you won't give any advices, and you are aware that I have this ability, so I should help people with it. The more I help people with it, the more it grows. But you are caught up in some weird ass energies that forces you, or that makes you not practice your craft, which is giving people good advices. So what do the universe see? What does the universe see? The universe, because it is so giving, it's like, okay, I give you this ability to give people good advices, but I see that this is not what you want, because this is not the energy that you are giving me. This is not the energy that you are emitting. The energy that you are emitting is an energy of, I don't give a damn about other people's problems. I'm not going to give them advices, even when they ask me. So I am going to give you the ability to not take good advices from people. No matter how hard they try to give you good advices, you're not going to be able to take it. No matter how hard people try to warn you, you are not going to listen, because you don't listen to people asking you for advice. This is what you are emitting. This is the frequency you are emitting. I'm gonna give you that same energy because this is what you want. This is who you are. And in the law of manifestation, in the law of correspondence, your energy correspond to this, your state of being correspond to this energy. So I'm going to give it to you. In the law of attraction, this is what I wanted to say. In the law of attraction, you do not attract what you want, baby. You attract who you are. You do not attract what you want, you attract who you are. This is why the biggest secret is to emulate what you want. You become it, and then you attract it. You become it in order for you to really attract it. This is why if you're not authentic, however hard, or no matter how hard you try to attract it, sometimes it will come so close. But if you are not who you say you are, it will just go away. If you're not really who you say you are, it will go away. Because this is not this is not the energy that corresponds to what you are manifesting. It's already 31 minutes, let's say 32. I think that's it for this video. So all the people, and by the way, when it comes to spiritual gifts, people receive spiritual gifts after they have mastered the spiritual talents that they already have. It's like a video game. Once you beat the boss, you have a boss fight. Once you finish a level, in the new level, the energies that were your maximum at level 3, for example, they become your minimum at level 4 because you have mastered them. So now they are just your baseline, they are your minimum. Yeah, so you understand. And if they are your minimum, now you are on a new level. You will operate with this same minimum in order for you to gather the maximum of this new level. It's always about working with yourself first, and then working with other people, like-minded people, talented people just like you, and then working with contradicting forces or opposite forces. This is the hardest thing to do. Working not against, but with opposing forces, which means you have transcended the binary approach of I'm gonna work against. Nah, you dance with them. While they are working against you, you dance with them. You dance with them. Yeah, that's it, y'all. Another time. Peace.